Hello, thank you for listening to this episode of the Mars October Rants. Today's rant is going to be titled Perspectives because everyone has their own perspective when it comes to how they interpret things and how they see things. And I'll give you an example. The other night was the first debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden in 2024. And some people were siding with Biden, some people were siding with Trump, and when you listen to people speak, they think Joe Biden didn't do a very good job and he was slurring his words and he wasn't really talking and making any sense. And then, I heard someone say that they think Joe Biden did a really good job and, he was really good at what he was saying, and they think he's like the guy said he thinks Donald Trump was incoherent and didn't know what he was talking about. And then you'll talk to other people and they think the opposite. They think Trump did a great job and they think that he won the debate. So everyone, I don't want to make this a politics talk, but I was using an example, but everyone has their own perspective with how they interpret things around them. And what I'm trying to say pretty much is that that's pretty much just their own perspective. Like it doesn't really seem like when you go throughout life, it doesn't really seem like there's one objective truth. It just, everyone has their own way of how they view something. Like you could go to a concert with people and, say you go to a concert with you and 3 or 4 other friends. And as you're walking out of the concert, you're all giving your opinion on how you thought, like how you felt about the concert, how you thought about it. And, maybe 2 of you thought the concert was okay. Maybe another one of them thought it was great, and then you thought it was awful. Like there's going to be different ways in how you interpret things. And, like I said before, it's not necessarily the truth, because a lot of time people will speak like their perspective is the truth. And I've realized that everyone just has their own opinion on stuff. Like maybe you go to a movie, maybe you are listening to a CD at a listening party. Everyone's going to have a different experience. It reminds me of an album title by Limp Bizkit. It's called Results May Vary. Meaning, like not everyone's going to have the same experience, when they listen to something. Not everyone's going to experience things the same. And that's one of the coolest things about being alive, is that there's so many different people and so many different cultures and so many different perspectives. And it's cool listening to people's perspectives. I like new ideas and new perspectives, but I think where a lot of people get lost is they take certain perspectives as the gospel. They think it's like the truth, and it's not. Or maybe, like I said, they try to come off as it's the truth. Not saying they always do that, because some people are very clear in letting you know it's their own perspective. But, it's just very interesting in general how you could talk to somebody about something and one person thinks the person did a good job or it's great. And then the other person could think the exact opposite. They could think something was awful and it wasn't good at all. So it's just amazing how we interpret the world in a different way. And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting thing to come across. But, one of the things that I try not to do when it comes to perspectives is I don't try to let other people's perspective ruin my own perspective, Like if someone doesn't like a particular song or album, but let's say I love the song or the particular album they're talking about, if they don't like it, I shouldn't let their opinion of them not liking it ruin my ability to like it or, enjoy it. And sometimes people will do that. They'll jump on the bandwagon and they'll hate stuff because other people hate stuff, and it's cool to think like other people think, and you want to, get along and you want to like blend in. So if someone says to you they don't like a certain album, you want to like mimic them and not like the album too because they don't like it. But perspectives are really cool, and everyone seems to have a perspective. So, it's about finding what works for you, and everyone seems to have their own way of interpreting the world. And, it's pretty much the same thing as an opinion, and everyone has an opinion. So, yeah, it's a very interesting thing, especially with the debate, like I said, because people were on both sides of who they thought did great. And I'm like, It's so weird how people can think the exact opposite of someone else. Like, politics have always been like that, you know? People, and same with religion, people just think so differently with certain things, and it's like very interesting to look at and think about. But anyways, this rant, I was gonna say debate. It's not a debate. I don't really debate anymore. I already made an episode about debating, but this episode's gone on long enough. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mars October Rant. Signing out. Have a good one, guys.